Hi everyone, it's Don from Don's Family Vacation, and this week we're going to do a few videos that subscribers have requested, and the first one up today is on the Carnival Conquest. So we're going to do a quick good and the bad of the Carnival Conquest coming up right after this. First, a few of the good things. Number one, the cabin sizes. An inside cabin on the Carnival Conquest is around 185 square feet, which compared to other cruise lines, some of them are down around 135 square feet. So it's actually a quite large cabin, and you sometimes get that on some of the older ships where they're not trying to squeeze as many people in to make as big a profit as possible. On the downside of this, while the inside cabins are 185 square feet, the balcony cabins are 185 square feet as well. So while you get the balcony, you don't necessarily seem to feel like you got an upgrade that much from the inside cabin. So keep that in mind. And also when you're booking these cabins on these type of ships, remember the inside cabin has two main categories. One is the twin or queen size bed that can be moved together or separated, or they have a bunk bed style twin stateroom. So that can make a big difference if you're going to be a couple going on a cruise and you don't pay attention to that. You book the room and you find out you're in bunk beds, and yeah, so much for that romantic cruise that you were hoping for. Another good thing about the Carnival Conquest is the staff rating on board from people who have sailed it on the on critics reviews and everything. Give the staff a very good high marks. They're always trying, they're mostly courteous and friendly, and they'll do whatever they can to make your cruise highly enjoyable, which is always good to have a very good staff on board any ship you travel. Another good thing is in 2009, when it did its last major refurbishment, they added a big screen TV up on top of the pool decks like you would see on princess ships and things like that. So you can have movies and documentaries and concerts and large live sporting events on board when you're on the ship, which is a big plus because, you know, it's fun to sit up on deck, but it's also once in a while relaxing to look up at the screen and watch stuff while you're on the deck instead of just kind of people watch, which is, you know, sometimes fun itself. And lastly, let's talk about the bars on the ship. They have the Alchemy Bar, they have the Blues Piano Bar, they have the Red Frog, the Blue Iguana. So there's lots of bars and pubs and dancing areas. There's lots of live music and things like that on board to do. So if that's the kind of thing you like to do when you're out on a cruise, is hit the bars, hit the dance floors, listen to some live music, then maybe this cruise is for you because there's lots of those kind of things on this ship to do. Now some of the not so great things on board the Carnival Conquest. As far as the main dining lounge, so the free food that you would get when you book a normal cruise, the buffet style thing like that, it is not rated the best from cruisers that have sailed on the ship. They rate it, you know, fair to average, so generally a 5 out of 10 stars for the main dining room, while their upgraded dining room, like the Steakhouse and Gee's Burger Joint and the Seafood Shack, get much higher ratings in the 7 and 8 category. So you can see there's quite a difference between what you're going to pay and what is free on the ship. So if you're one of those people who are fussy, or somebody in your group does not, you know, cannot just stand mediocre food, you might be paying for the upgraded dining when you're on board, which is something you really have to consider when you're looking at ships and your cost to sail on them. Another thing that I'm not a big fan of is the decor. They don't seem to really have changed the decor. It seems to me almost like it's an older cruise ship right off the Love Boat TV show, with its muted colors and its, you know, velvet kind of look, like old Vegas kind of thing. And if you're into that, great. Personally, I like a little bit more modern amenities and a little brighter look to my ship, so when you're on the inside of the cruise ship, it doesn't feel as claustrophobic with the dark colors and everything like that. The brighter the color, the bigger the ship looks. So we'll take a look at that when, see what happens in 2018 when it goes in for its next dry dock. See if they do some improvements in the decor. Now, one of the big downfalls, I think, for this ship is the deck space up on top. It has a very small pool area, not a lot of things to do on board. If you're going on this ship thinking, oh, there's going to be a rock climbing wall, there's going to be go-karts, there's going to be flow riders, you're going to be sorely disappointed, because they basically have a pool, they have a little mini golf, so you can play some basketball and maybe some beanbag tosses and stuff like that, and they have a water slide, not water slides as in plural, so that you wouldn't really consider this a water park. They have a singular water slide. So for tweens and teenagers, and even some, some of us who are young at heart who like to go on water slides and things like that, there can be a lot. It seems just like there's nothing active to do on the ship. And if you say you're on a sailing that has 200, 250 children on board, can you imagine all those kids on a sea day trying to use a very small pool and one water slide? And lastly, the thing on this ship, it just seems kind of dated. It was built in 2002. It underwent a major refurbishment in 2009, where they added the movie screen, a couple 2.0 fixtures, and they also added some more balcony cabins, which is all great, except it doesn't really, they didn't really upgrade the inside of the ship as far as the looks are concerned, and it is starting to show its age. It's approaching, so 2002, we're hitting to 16 years of service, and picture your car after 16 years, it's going to be pretty run down after a while, so keep that in mind. It's an older ship. That being said, the prices are much lower on this ship than, say, the Carnival Vista would be. Over half the cost sometimes. So it can be a great ship to start yourself out on. But if you're looking for a lot of onboard activities other than just drinking and lounging by the pool, you might want to look at a different ship. So there's a quick good and the bad of the Carnival Vista, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have your own thoughts on the Carnival Vista, please leave it down below in the comments. Maybe it's undergone, it's been 3 years since I've been on the ship, so maybe it's undergone a little improvements that I'm not quite aware of yet, and if so, please leave it in the comments. I'll be happy to upgrade the video anytime. And until next time, if you liked all this video and you want to see more cruise ship videos, please hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I really hope you all have a great vacation.